Okay, well, we have a game to review and look over here. It's a game that is coming out not too long, actually, about a month, but it just seems like we've had so many of these woke games lately, and this is going to be another failure. And since it's an absolutely obvious ripoff of Witcher's success, it deserves a look at. And you know what is funny is that yeah, nowadays what they're doing is they're just going, "Oh, you guys like swords and sorcery, don't you? Here's swords and sorcery. Here you go." And of course, it's just a vessel to put in identity politics. See, these games, they have engines now that can create games if you have a studio easily. The tools have never been easier, and obviously they're just gonna throw it all together to make a fucking game. And the weirdest thing is that this is almost sneaky. It's almost like they're sneaking it in here. Yeah, look at it, like ripping off the combat, a magic combat from Skyrim. Very veilguard like, obviously. It's like we just got done with fucking veilguard, didn't we? Just like fucking moments ago, we were just been ripping on veilguard for 1 month, and they've already got another one of these games. I gotta admit, the first person combat looks terrible. It just looks bad. It looks clunky and goofy, and yeah, here, let's get another look at that. But the biggest story with this game, of course, and everybody will be reporting on it, is oh, look at that. We have a whoa, diverse, strong woman spotted. And you know what? That wouldn't be a normal problem, but since Sweet Baby works on this game, you know the whole fucking story is gonna center around that. It looks pretty linear. I don't know if it's open world. These are very linear looking sets. But you know, I'm just not interested in that. If they're just gonna make a small condensed story, like I said, nowadays the gaming tools have never been more accessible. And nowadays they are quite easily able to do these things. So let's look over this because this is quite easily a rip off of, oh, you like dragons and sorceries and stuff. And it looks like to me that they've ripped off a decent amount of The Witcher's themes, looks, feels. Oops. This is the same trailer, isn't it? Yeah. It just it speaks to me. They've kind of taken Witcher's iconography and looks. A lot of the costume design seems to have come from that kind of look of Eastern European folklore from The Witcher. It just to me, this game is speaking out to me that long time ago they came up with a project saying, "Hey, look, we're gonna rip off of everything that Witcher did right, but we're gonna add in a whole bunch of identity politics." And look at this, IGN is all over that shit. It just does. It looks like another Veilguard. It fucking does. So I mean, we got some gameplay here. Let's look at the. What the fuck is that? Is this the same game? Avowed, the final pro. Yeah. What the hell is that? It very much looks like Baldur's Gate too. Looks like Baldur's Gate. What the hell is that creature? And these games, like nowadays, like I've been saying it, like I can't make a game, but like if you have a team of people together, the tools for game development. What the hell? Wait a second. You see? Did you see that? Everything just like popped into his fucking thing there. Bloop. See, and like game development tools now have never been more advanced. So a team of fucking morons can make a game nowadays. Did you see that? Weird. And I mean, that's clipping. But I mean, these are the types of things that we have to remember about modern games is that if you have like, I don't know what it costs, but if you have a couple $1 million in, or a handful of millions in Look at that the first person combat looks dreadful. Compare that to like a Skyrim. You'll be playing Skyrim, running Skyrim first person to compared to this will just feel like clunky hell. And that's look at they're getting in some Assassin's Creed there, of course. It looks like that you get some moves in that, but look very clunky first person combat. uh, it looks like it was made in some type of Unity type. To me, it looks a lot like Conan Exiles. To me, it really looks like this. But that's what I'm saying is that like nowadays the tools have never been more accessible, and these people who have very low creative ideas are making these games now where they're just taking a mashup of ideas, putting them in together, and saying, "Hey, look, we made a game. You can buy it now." Now, I predict this game will tank. I mean, veilguard has this strange subset of people who are, the Maddie and old Luke Stevens are going to be talking about this game. This is prime content for them because this is a game that Veilguard was just bad because it just overly was pushing LGBT narratives. This game to me speaks more of a game where they're trying to now hide it in it. They're like, okay, look, people don't like identity politics. They hate it. They don't want it in their games. Sweet baby, tell us how we can make our game get some whole bunch of ESG funds and stuff and fucking, make this just bare bones RPG everybody will buy. The Skyrim will be a million times better than this game ever could be. So there's what is the draw for Avowed? Why do we care about Avowed? And that's the thing. So now let's go over because what I typically do in these videos, I do a little bit of displays here and there, and then what I'll do is I'll take and give you some of the more common social media. So let's take a look at the Steam page here. I had to include that Witcher because I woke up just remembering how amazing Witcher 3 is and how shitty all these games are that kind of come out. So I mean, like you got the Steam page, 77, $90, 90 fucking dollars, 119 Canadian dollary dues, Canadian loony toonies. Can you fucking believe that shit? Can you believe that there's that much money? The Steam discussions are always great, so let's have a look at this. Is this game true woke? Oh, yes. Yes. Gone woke, yes. What they're trying to do now is they're trying to hide into it. But you know what? It's not even the fact it's woke anymore. What the reason is that they have that fucking song, that Witcher song in the background is so fucking good. Non-binary. Stick your pronouns, stick your rules. You know what? The thing is that it's not even a problem. That is this is what it is. Why do people hate on the game so much? This game will finally be Obsidian's return to form. No, it doesn't look like a return to form. There's nothing about this game that looks interesting or good. Like, what are you talking about? But here's the thing, is that it doesn't even look like it doesn't even look like a game that's it doesn't even look like a game that is super woke. It just looks like a bad game. Like it's just a bad game. And this is what I keep telling people is that like some of these games are just like they're just not very good. Like that's just the thing about them. Like it's not yes, they're going to put wokeness in it. Yes, there's going to be black characters just oddly out of place or diverse reptile ladies. Like of course they're going to put that shit in. Look at that texture pop in or model popping in there. But like the thing is that they just don't make good games because these people who lead these studios are not passionate about video games. They're passionate about telling these diverse, weird stories because it somehow relates to them. See, gaming is becoming so popular and so big now that people are invested so heavily in these stories in the world. So let's have a look at Twitter because Twitter is always fun. We'll go back to the Steam discussion page momentarily. We're gonna do a half an hour one, so we got a lot of time here. We basically have, everybody's just roasting this game. There's people hating on this. You get all the standard issue, just absolute fucking vitriol and insanity online over it. And like, look at this. So this chick says there's pronouns in it. So like, what? What does pronouns have to do with any of this experience and levels and this and that? Like, he, him, it's so stupid. And clearly, anybody wanting to put that in, of course, Grums is just all over this one. These types of people just, like when they make these games, they're not making it from their heart. They're making it from some other, like, yeah, we can put pronouns in games. There's nothing you do it. Well, but we don't buy it, and then nobody fucking like the studios failed. Like, what do you think is gonna happen? You can't just make a fantasy world now and just be like, oh, there's pronouns in it. And now all your fantasy games have pronouns. Like, I can go back to The Witcher and there's some diversity there, and there's like it's natural in The Witcher 3. It just feels and the world feels open and real. It doesn't feel like it was crafted by a bunch of art students in San Francisco. You know what I mean? Like the worlds that these types of people make are not cool worlds and they're not fun worlds often. So I mean, I feel bad for these chicks because like this game's gonna get fucking roasted apart. Maybe they don't care. Maybe their husbands are giving them all kinds of fucking money and they're not gonna lose anything from this. They just want to push their fucking nonsense that the world's gonna be peaceful and happy and everybody's gonna get along. And that's just not the way the world works. Look at The Witcher 3. The world is fucking brutal and vicious and that's the way the world really is. Like it's like that's yeah, like I don't know. The politics of why games are woke now and the just the way that people present themselves online has changed. And nowadays people always have to make it all about themselves and everything. And just avoid Obsidian is just, this is a mistake. Why they even decided to do this just shows you what state the gaming industry really is in. Ha! Look at that! Hey, it's Taiko Dragon Fan Club. Join now. If you want to be a part of the Taiko Dragon Fan Club, it's just an easy click away. I post all types of insane shit on my Twitter. But like really, really, really. This is the game going against Avowed. Throw back in the oven 10 minutes. Maybe combat will be unexpectedly garbage. And the cope. The cope. Can you believe the cope? Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is going to be fucking amazing. I cannot wait for that. The first game is just legendary. These are the types of people that are a part of our industry now. People who don't want to acknowledge the fact that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is going to be amazing. And then, well, why? Because it doesn't have fucking lesbians and it doesn't have people who, are girl bosses. Like, get the fuck out of here, you fucking idiot. Avowed, stop. Oh my goodness, Avowed is slop compared to Kingdom Come Deliverance 1. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, yeah, like no kidding. Like Avowed will never stand a chance. Kingdom Come Deliverance will sell millions and millions of copies. Avowed will be lucky to crack a couple hundred K at most, at absolute most. It's hilarious. So this is the latest woke slop that we have to deal with. I mean, look at that face. Ugh. She seems like she's the type of that looks like the type of woman who's yelling at you to hurry up in the grocery store in lineup. Just terrible. But see what I mean? Like it's sad that the tools to make games nowadays are so accessible that these studios just pump this shit out. And when they get taken over, you're fucking getting. This was a hilariously out of touch comment. I cannot believe that. I'll pick Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 over Avowed literally every day. The first was such amazing game and everywhere. This is realistic combat. That is true. That is like, and that's the thing. Like, people don't realize that gaming is just so. Clown Knight. Kingdom Come Deliverance is a masterpiece. Yeah, the second game will be amazing. So you never played Kingdom Come. We're handing out all the likes because this person is getting roasted. Cannot believe this completely out of touch comment. But hey, maybe sometimes people actually feel this way. Can you believe that? 7,000 fucking morons follow this idiot dipshit. Hilarious. And of course, Reddit is just as hilarious as always. So we have searched just bare level Avowed. Okay. So we've just looked at Avowed. Um, this is a little bit far ago. Let's just go today, past week. Okay, so skill up. I'm so far extremely into Avowed. Skill up is hard to say. You know, he had that review, but I think ultimately skill up is gonna go for a little bit of behind the scenes and to be honest. I think he got shafted from veilguard and that's why he he destroyed it in the way he did. When you watch that skill up review on veilguard, he quite literally is sounding like someone just like ghosted him on a date or something. Like it's weird, but I think skill up's a little behind the scenesy for after I called out that. But Avowed is an Obsidian game. So Obsidian has definitely worked on stuff before. Let's have a look at what they game. Vermont, Obsidian Entertainment, Outer Worlds, fairly. Fallout New Vegas. But you know, you gotta realize, like, how long ago was Fallout New Vegas? Like, that was a long fucking time ago. That was Knights of the Old Republic 2. These gaming was completely different back then. All right, it's like completely different. You go back 15 fucking years. 15 years before 2010 was 1995. Just think of how different gaming was back then. So I mean, the Obsidian that is now is definitely not the same. They worked on South Park games, which definitely worked. That was probably more of just Matt and Trey being let loose on an engine that they could just come up with whatever the fuck they want, and it worked. But and then Avowed, first person swords and shield RPG in the same world, Aurora, the same as Pillars of Eternity. So I mean, it's it's insane. It's insane. I would say the Obsidian probably has some rot in it. They probably gotten some ESG funding. They probably were they were probably a couple years ago or looking at where they were going to head and what they were going to do with their properties, and some ESG companies came aboard and said, oh, gaming circle jerk, the most toxic gaming community in the entire planet, gaming circle jerk, which of course does what it is. It's just always a circle jerk between people. I'm more of a casual noun myself. So Vowed, so of course this is gonna be a massive circle jerk, but not many people engage in that. Let's see the most controversial. I'll pass next. Reminder, censor all subreddits. I hate these auto moderator things. What a bunch of fucking. They all got their own dicks up their ass, the fucking moderators on Reddit. I checked the most recent comments. Even the CC was hyped about this game. I was shocked. It's weird. It is very weird. It to me, it doesn't look like a good game. I don't think it looks at all like a good game, even outside of all the pronouns and ESG type stuff. It sickens me a little bit the way that is like that, because I can usually tell. I'm a fucking like die-hard gamer. I game hours and hours and hours every day, single day. So for me to even like, I can tell within the trailer if I'm gonna like a game or not, easily. Oh, fucking easily. I don't even have to watch the Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 trailer. I just know that game is sweet because, yeah, it's just one of those. And when I did watch the trailer, I nearly fucking cried. So, like, for me, I don't really have to rely a lot on gaming journalists telling me a game is good, or people saying, "Oh, is this game good?" Like, of course, like, you can tell. You can tell if a game's good. And if chances are, if a game has pronouns in it, it's probably gonna be a little shitty. You can smell, if you know you're gaming a much more like a woke. I'm all right, folks. More like awoke. That's a good comment. Like, it's easy to tell if a game is good. It's very easy. You just like it's like your gaming intuition. I play a lot of PC and Nintendo games just because Nintendo is great for whimsical fun. PC is basically good for everything else. Seethe, fucker, seethe. Oh my god. It's just the circle jerk that goes on behind between woke games is absolutely sheesh. Where action? Who cares if they put pronouns and all that? Of course, you get these dumbass fucking Reddit accounts with that's probably a dude in his 40s. But anyways, of course there's gonna be a massive circle jerk again online about this game. We knew that was gonna happen. Avowed looks like Starfield point two or 2.0. I mean, I think Starfield has a little bit better production and more of a game. I think Avowed is just very much like Obsidian basically held to the candle, saying, "Here, like, we'll give you millions and millions and millions of dollars, but this is the game you got to make." And they were like, "Okay." And like, they half-assed it. This is just like, that is what this game is. And they also sprinkled in some Witcher to it. They even wanted to put in some Witcher 3. It's gonna be. Obsidian is connected to the main gaming sphere, Western gaming sphere, and they're gonna be pumping all kinds of money behind the scenes to like IGNs and Paul Tassi, jerking off Paul Tassi 24/7. Let's watch a Paul Tassi preview. Is this Paul Tassi? Yeah. Paul Tassi's hilarious because he's just the biggest shill in the West. Hello, I'm Paul Tassi. I'm a Paul Tassi. I make lots of money off talking good about video games.
Fortunately, I got access from Microsoft and Obsidian, which was cool.
Oh, I got the game for free, and I get to play it on my spare time, but between my little family life. Look at this thing Paul Tassi has there. Is he actually going to be just sitting there playing a game like in his computer's right there, so he has his TV on right there? Let's have a look into Paul Tassi's house. He did like it. I mean, when they pay you lots of money, you'll like anything, won't you, Paul Tassi? Oh, Paul Tassi. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look also. So what the hell, Paul Tassi? How can you go from a game looking terrible to liking it? It's not possible. A good game? A good game is gonna be like look good and be good. Like, that's how good games go. Like, they don't look bad and then, oh, I played. Oh, wait a second, this is actually pretty good. Like, that doesn't happen, Paul Tassi, you fucking idiot. Oh, Paul Tassi's funny. You have to love the guy. I mean, he lives a safe, comfortable Western life in his nice big house, and he makes his money off IG or wherever he Forbes or wherever he makes. He gets the checks in the mail 24/7. It's hilarious. Oh, it's like Elder Scrolls. So tell me this: what gives me the reason to play Avowed over over Skyrim. Like, there's no reason. Oh, look, his honest gamer, Paul Tassi. His honest gamer is coming out. He's being true to himself. He can do it, Paul Tassi.
It just feels that much better to play it, but this was probably the aspect I was most impressed with.
You gotta love him. Look at his little haircut too. He's got a nice little. He has a nice short haircut, similar to what I used to have. Now I've gone full Monty, full Canuck.
Hands for spells. Like there's a lot of things. Am I gonna regret doing that pose? I feel like
do the spell, Paul Tassi.
Spell book and a sword. You can have a wand and a mace. You can have all these different things. There's pistols. I never.
Can you use a dildo? Do you think, Paul Tassi? Shotguns?
It's a really wide range.
Yeah, of course, because they're going for like the kind of Renaissance look of it.
A ton of different things, and kind of some really unique builds that I think you can't really do across other games. Again, this is early. I only got skill points to put into stuff.
What? You barely played the game. How can you say you like it?
Like you're super locked into.
God damn it, Paul Tassi.
And I just kept swapping through weapons and weapons just to try everything out.
I think Paul Tassi blocked me, didn't he? Of course, I'm blocked by all the regulars. Paul, you're a person on the internet, Paul Tassi, so you get you're part of my thing. He hasn't blocked me yet. Paul Tassi has not blocked me yet. That's unique.
One of my favorite weapons was the wand, where you're just.
I like to use the wand.
Missile spells, where it feels like that Harry Potter.
I got that Harry Potter. Oh my God! Who played Harry Potter, the Prisoner of Azkaban here?
I only fought, a pretty limited number of enemies, just a couple bosses.
See, he keeps saying he barely played the game, but he likes it. Like, how can you tell if you like a game if you barely played it, Paul Tassi? It makes no sense.
The story, not really too much to say yet. You're a chosen one type of
gotta
person
get music
on
on.
this island that has been infected by some sort of weird fungus that is transforming the landscape, infecting animals, and
what?
If it infects humans, you kind of go crazy.
There we go. Music's back up.
There's like,
let's watch it, Paul Tassi.
A bunch of soldiers that murdered each other because of this. Yes.
So, Paul Tassi, will you talk about the sweet baby, the things about? He chooses not to. He chooses the non-diplomatic option.
The rainbow color palette here, which I thought looked a little odd, is actually pretty cool in practice. I really like the vibe and the aesthetic of it in a way that kind of elevates it.
I don't really particularly like that aesthetic. I mean, veilguard took it to the absolute extreme, but I don't particularly like that like cartoony, vibrant aspect, unless it's just a cartoony, vibrant game, I like more gritty, dark fantasy.
Is in the quests you get where your main quest has like a decision or two, but you can start taking on these side quests.
Look at Paul Tassi's little room, eh? He's got a little Grogu thing. I'm surprised his like wife or girlfriend isn't like, Paul, the dishes need to be done. No more talking about video games. We have things to do. Paul, are you still talking to your game people? Paul, we have dinner plans. Paul, we have to set. Paul, please, the dishwasher needs to be emptied. Paul, no more talking playing video games. You've been playing video games all day, Paul.
Run away or like go try and hang out with the lizards, and like I don't know, maybe that comes up later if you go back to her house.
Lizards.
There, I just randomly stumbled.
I do like lizards, I will admit. I like lizards a little bit unhealthily much.
They attack you. You can talk to the leader and be like, "Yo, grave robbing is awesome. Like, have fun." Or you can be like, "I'm gonna murder you because grave robbing's bad."
What? Sounds like you might have some problems, Paul Tassi. You might have some problems you need to work out with your therapist. Paul, the dishwasher needs to be emptied. Paul, no more playing video games. We have dinner plans.
Oh. Also a lot of there's skill checks in terms of dialogue, like everywhere. pretty much every conversation
skill
has just skill
checks.
checks for dialogue to some extent.
Yeah, it's gonna be
How
heavily
much those
like
play into
our.
what happens
It's like,
is unclear.
oh,
But
like
again, it's
should
not
I call him by his
like
right,
the response
his
to
real
those skill
pronouns?
checks
-10 intelligence.
again, I was
Should I call him by
studying
his
about
proper
the basic
pronouns and
whether that skill
use
check would end up going
respectable
into the game.
dialogue?
So I was
+10
sort of
intelligence. You know, like that's
and
the
I know
type of
that this is
shit
going to
these
be
people
bullshit
are
and
doing.
people will want me to see more of.
Yeah,
This
this is
feels
like
like it's
those are
really
like
building on
hardcore
a
RPGers.
lot of things that Bethesda has left behind, like all your complaints about Starfield, where combat doesn't feel as good, or conversations don't feel as good, or the writing's not as good. This feels like it's sort of an answer to those kind of things, even if it wasn't really trying to.
Oh,
Be.
he's trying to throw Avowed under
Starfield.
Starfield. He's trying to throw Bethesda under the bus. Ugh, Paul
Final
Tassi.
thing I'll touch on is exploration.
Gotta love him.
Again, I had a pretty limited
Gotta love
zone
Paul
here.
Tassi.
The way this ended.
Okay, shut up, Paul. Go back to doing the dishes. So anyway, we have a game Avowed. We know it doesn't look very good. We know it rips off other ideas. It's very Witcher 3 inspired. Its combat and gameplay do not look good at all. It looks like it's like some kind of linear fetch quest type thing. And from all I've seen of it, it appears to be a game that, you know, you're going to spend a lot of time doing stupid objectives and getting little skill points to, you know, I really don't like this, like, whatever that is down there. And apparently there's guns and weaponry, which, you know, shooting spiderlings, as fun as that is. I mean, what is the real draw to this game? Is there any draw, or is this just a slop mashup cash grab that throws in the whole lets woke activists go fucking wild on this shit? So I mean, there's gonna be here. Excuse me one sec. Oh, homicide to sneeze. Concord 2. It's gonna fail. I mean, it's gonna fucking fail. It's gonna fail hardcore. Absolutely hardcore. It's ever gonna fail. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for the sales. I would be severely concerned. Chud is derogatory language. Trending or intended to detract users' ability to defense. Not sure how Steam is cool with aggressive language being thrown around freely. That's funny. Oh, that is pretty funny. But anyways, this is my theory of Avowed. We have a game that is not going to be very good. It doesn't look very good. And of course, its mainstream appeal and mainstream presence makes it so that people can be thrown all kinds of money left, right, and center to say good things about it, to say bad things about it, to not praise it, to praise it. Paul Tassi, who barely played the game, absolutely loves it. You know, it's shit like that. It's the same. We've done this 100 times already. The game comes out, it's a financial failure, it's full of pronouns and woke garbage. The end. Didn't notice the LGBT tag. See, and why? Let's have a. You know what? We're not gonna do that. We're gonna ruin our video by doing that. Let's not click on the LGBT. I was straight up going to say, let's have a look at some things under this LGBTQ thing, but immediately I would have ruined this video because I guarantee there'd be fucking Gooner Simulator 2024 and the next goddamn fucking thing. Oh, look at that. And what is that on? I'm interested in these lizard people that they seem to be obsessed with. And this. An obvious rip off of the lizard men from Warhammer. But, you know, it's these. And look at that. The bear kind of looks like the bear from Skyrim a little bit. You know, you can't make Skyrim. If they try and make Skyrim, there's like, we're going to make Skyrim, and it's called Avowed, and you're going to have to go here. All the environments look drab and dreary and samey, and like they were made in some type of Adobe game maker. You know, it just looks uninspired. It just looks There's nothing about Avowed that has a personality of its own. It just feels like they took a million different ideas from a million different games and threw them all together. It's fascinating. It's fascinating because I don't really have a problem with accidentally buying games that fucking suck. I kind of know they suck. So I mean, it's not gonna no skin off my back. But I love to explore these games because I love gaming. Gaming is my fucking jam. I'm gaming all my whole life. So to see this type of disorderly conduct is what did Trent say? Trent said, Avowed art director Matt has seen others to wanting to make Elon Musk mad. And see, these are the types of people that get into this industry. Like, we're going to make pronouns. He's like, this dude probably gets tens of thousands of millions of dollars potentially from ESG companies saying, here, make a game, put black people in it, put transgender people in it. You know, this really happens in this industry, and it's insane that it does. Games should be naturally good, and it shouldn't be there shouldn't be good because there's diversity and representation. And now what they're doing is they're backpedaling. We knew Avowed sucked. We had to look back and see that Obsidian was all those companies that we used to love, that like Fallout made Fallout New Vegas and The Witcher, and these companies are all getting taken over by this shit. And unless we rip on it and not buy it, they're gonna get their way. The Flash says, time to fire them all. Yes, it is. The wokest game ever. So now you have this counterculture. You know, early 2020s, they were easing it in. They were easing it in. What is even this? They were easing us into the pronouns and that, but now they've just gone full buck wild. Is it a Xbox exclusive? I think it is. I think it's an Xboxy type thing. Xbox just can't catch a break. Phil Spencer, what in the fuck are you doing? I mean, this is a good comment. Yeah, I mean, everybody's not excited about Avowed, but at the same time, Kingdom Come Deliverance is going to be an amazing game. Oh my god. Okay, so let's look at this. We're about to wrap this up at 40 minutes, but all right, gamers, what's your most anticipated game of 2025? Let's see. Oh, they don't even have Kingdom. Oh, is Kingdom Come Deliverance come out before then? I don't know. Anyways, it's for me, it's Kingdom Come Deliverance and Doom: The Dark Ages. Doom: The Dark Ages is gonna be sick. That fucking trailer, holy shit, that trailer was wicked. That one, there's that Microsoft showcase. Of course, I think we saw veilguard in that. I like that showcase. There's a good, massive range of different, cool, interesting games. And of course, there's veilguard to rip on, but man, the Dark Ages, that game looks sick. Lots of people going on about that. Twitter's fascinating. Twitter is super fascinating. So let's do this. Let's do the outro here. We have a game we've seen 20 times already. It's a fantasy ripoff of 20 different titles. It's a brand new property or based on another property semi, and it just doesn't look good. There's nothing that makes me want to play it. There's going to be an insane amount of internet discourse. It's going to fail financially, and we're just going to keep writing the same story over and over and over again, these motherfuckers. Because there's a very serious lack of creativity in the gaming industry right now, and it needs people who are visionaries of creating amazing digital worlds with the tools we have at our disposal now to make whatever we want, basically. And what people are choosing to do with that technology is make games that are very easy to make, very bland, very basic, very safe, very modern, very politically correct. And it's just not working for them. It's just not working for them. And which is it's good because what it is leading to is in every couple of Vowed games that failed, there's gonna eventually be a fucking Witcher 3 again. And that's what we have to look forward to. Is we have to look forward to the fact that there's gonna be another game that comes out that is gonna blow all this garbage out of the water and make us want to play it 20. Look at that combat. Jesus Christ, that looks terrible. Jesus Christ, she's got the color hair. And if they keep putting pronouns and diversity in games, they're just gonna fucking fail. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace.